Good evening, G3. Our last thematic unit was on poetry, and we didn't get to read enough poems, if you ask me. So I'm going to read you four this evening. The first one is by Ogden Nash, and it's from The Adventures of Isabel. Isabel met an enormous bear. Isabel didn't care. The bear was hungry, the bear was ravenous. The bear's big mouth was cruel and cavernous. The bear said, Isabel, glad to meet you. How do, Isabel? Now I'll eat you. Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She washed her hands and she straightened her hair up. Then Isabel quietly ate the bear up. Once in a night as black as pitch, Isabel met a wicked old witch. The witch's face was cross and wrinkled. The witch's gums with teeth were sprinkled. Ho, ho, Isabel, the old witch crowed. I'll turn you into an ugly toad. Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She showed no rage and she showed no rancor, but she turned the witch into milk and drank her. Isabel met a hideous giant. Isabel continued self-reliant. The giant was hairy. The giant was horrid. He had one eye in the middle of his forehead. Good morning, Isabel, the giant said. I'll grind your bones to make my bread. Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She nibbled the zwieback that she always fed off, and when it was gone, she cut the giant's head off. Isabel met a troublesome doctor. He punched and poked till he really shocked her. The doctors talk of cough and chills, and the doctor's satchel bulged with pills. The doctor said unto Isabel, Swallow this, it will make you well. Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She took those pills from the pill concoctor, and Isabel calmly cured the doctor. Whew, what a character that Isabel is. Nothing can get her down. All right, this next poem is by Roald Dahl. He's the fellow that wrote James and the Giant Peach and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and a bunch of other wonderful children's stories. So let's see how he does as a poet. The crocodile with cunning smile sat in the dentist's chair. He said, Right here and everywhere my teeth require repair. The dentist's face was turning white. He quivered, quaked, and shook. He muttered, I suppose I'm going to have to take a look. I want you to, Crocodile declared, to do the back ones first. The molars are the very back. The molars at the very back are easily the worst. He opened wide his massive jaws. It was a fearsome sight. At least 300 pointed teeth, all sharp and shining white. The dentist kept himself well clear. He stood 2 yards away. He chose the longest probe he had to search out the decay. I said do the back ones first, the crocodile called out. You're much too far away, dear sir, to see what you're about. To do the back ones properly, you've got to put your head deep down inside my great big mouth, the grinning Crocky said. The poor old dentist wrung his hands, and weeping in despair, he cried, No, no, I see them all extremely well from here. Just then, in burst a lady, in her hands a golden chain. She cried, Oh, Croc, you naughty boy, you're playing tricks again. Watch out, the dentist shrieked, and started climbing up the wall. He's after me, he's after you, he's going to eat us all. Don't be a twit, the lady said, and flashed a gorgeous smile. He's harmless, he's my little pet, my lovely crocodile. My goodness, what kind of lady can tame a crocodile? I'm almost more scared of her than the crocodile. Ooh, all right. Let me see if I can get a better view of this one. So this was written by an anonymous Inuit poet. So we don't know who it was, but if you didn't know, Inuits are a people that are from the northern areas of Alaska, Canada, and Siberia, also Greenland. And they originally made their homes along the Alaskan coast, but they migrated to other places as well. So this is a poem from them. In the very earliest time, when both people and animals lived on Earth, a person could become an animal if he wanted to, and an animal could become a human being. Sometimes they were people and sometimes animals, and there was no difference. All spoke the same language. That was the time when words were like magic. The human mind had mysterious powers. A word spoken by chance might have strange consequences. It would suddenly come alive, and what people wanted to happen could happen. All you had to do was say it. Nobody could explain this. That's the way it was. Very interesting. All right, and the last poem for the day is Rabbit. A rabbit bit a little bit, an itty bit, a little bit of beet. The bit by bit he bit because he liked the taste of it. But when he bit a wee bit more, it was more bitter than before. This beet is bitter, Rabbit cried. I feel a bit unwell inside. But when he bit another bite, that bit of beet seemed quite all right. Besides, when all is said and done, better bitter beet than none. How many times did you hear the word bit in there? Silly poem. All right, Rocketeers, have a good evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.